and we welcome you to E.F.W Destruction live from our spiritual home in the compound in Liverpool. And I'm your broadcast announcer Max Radix, alongside the NEW World Heavyweight Champion Owen. And Owen, what a night we have for the E.F.W faithful in the compound tonight.
Well, yeah, it's going to be absolutely brilliant here tonight, but I've got to ask one question. How is it you always turn up on time for our E.F.W shows, yet you miss so many of the big events?
Well, I mean, I have many kind of being interrogated here at the start of the show. I have many demands on my time, as you know, Owen. And being, unfortunately, a part of talent relations, sometimes my duties, even in the same city, do take me away from the broadcast table, which is one of the reasons you're up here, buddy.
Well, yeah, and I felt I had to ask that for some of the fans out there that probably wonder this. I mean, there's a lot of backstage stuff with a lot of people here in NEW and E.F.W kind of being doubled up on roles in the company.
Well, you know, I mean, I can't comment on speculation, but things are obviously things are changing here in the NEW and the E.F.W with the new owner, Adrian Goldman, and unfortunately, guys like me and you who've been around the block in the business are just gonna have to tighten our belts for a few months while the company sorts itself out. I mean, it's a tremendous undertaking.
Well, yeah, but
the £1 million performance centre in EFW alone is a project.
And you probably won't be happy with the extra little bit of money in your back pocket for it, though.
Well, again, what is it you've got to get at against our owner? He's been nothing but a positive influence on both the EFW and the NEW since he's taken over, and you know that.
Well, I've got to question how many chances he's been giving the enforcers, but I know we're having an enforcer-free night here tonight, as there are none in EFW, and if that
not so
continues,
far.
I might have to jump over to EFW.
Well, we're going to have, ladies and gentlemen, the impressive team of Ray Sullivan and Wade Nelson, who of course teamed together last night for the first time ever, and were an impressive force to be reckoned with.
Well, yeah, quite a surprise from the endlessly injured Wade Nelson, and not trying to detract from the powerhouse Ray Sullivan.
Sugarfoot Ray Sullivan.
But they were in the ring with Crazy Hammer and Dallas Rage, who have gone toe-to-toe with one another in some absolutely brutal matches, and quite frankly, they pretty much cleaned the floor with them.
Absolutely. I mean, Crazy Hammer and Dallas Rage were clearly not on the same page, and the night that Crazy Hammer debuted in So Apt and So Over t-shirt, he did not go over. Ray Sullivan, however, and Wade Nelson did. And what a team. This guy, 6'5", 250 pounds, originally from Kingston, Jamaica. Ray Sullivan, Sugarfoot Ray Sullivan, an absolute powerhouse. Against this guy, he's been called Mick Foley's love child, Wade Nelson. Refuses to quit.
Just a crazy guy. I mean, I've got to respect him. He just never knows when to stop, giving everything he's got to make his name here in EFW and get noticed.
And he's certainly been doing that. He's certainly earned the respect of all the guys on the back for his sheer tenacity and will to survive despite some of the beatings that he has took. Wade Nelson stands at 6 foot, so shorter than Sullivan. He stands at weighing in at 240 pounds from Fargo, North Dakota, so 10 pounds lighter than Sullivan as well. Completely different styles, these two, but it did seem to mesh well as a team. It sometimes goes to show that opposites attract when it comes to tag teams. And here we go.
Trial by fire once again for these two new rookies. Of course, so new they still don't have any music of their own yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, production meetings are on the cards for later this week, I have been told, in the back. A lot of rumours going around in the EFW at the moment, but I'm not going to comment on any of them. Scott Burns, however, from it's only his second match here, excuse me, in the EFW. Not too much known about Scott Burns at the moment. I mean, he's 5'10", 290 pounds from Cleveland, Ohio. I knew he was an American.
Picking up the victory against his partner here tonight, Gene Taylor, who did not get a reception a very welcome reception from the crowd last night. However, Scott Burns did.
Well, yeah, Scott Burns was welcomed warmly by the E.F.W. faithful. Gene Taylor was not. Those two had a pretty impressive match considering it was both their debuts, and the E.F.W. they find themselves in a team tonight. And it's not the first time we've seen that in the E.F.W. Seems to be a way of conflict management, shall we say. Well, we welcome Gene Taylor, 5'9". Oh, that's a Liverpool shirt.
Well, yeah, he might have had a change of heart here, realising, oh wait.
Oh dear. Well, that is not going to appease these Liverpool faithful fans who are already slightly angry.
Well, yeah, I think haven't noticed what's on the back of his shirt. I mean, as he goes down that ramp, the ones behind kind of realising.
Well, isn't it amazing how quickly those cheers have got to boost?
Oh yeah.
The people have started to notice now Liverpool does not suck, ladies and gentlemen. It's our spiritual home of the compound, the training development centre for E.F.W. A lot of homegrown talent are not going to appreciate this statement from the man from Norwich. 275 pounds, 5'9". You see those Norwich shorts there. As it were, Norwich green shorts, and obviously the Liverpool fans last week didn't appreciate that.
Well, yeah, and I mean...
They're certainly not going to appreciate the slam on their city either.
I heard a lot of obscenities being yelled out then underneath that music. Thankfully, he's taken that shirt off for the match.
That could have invoked a riot.
Oh, most definitely.
Oh,
the reverse Hurricane Rana to kick things off here.
Gene Taylor wasting absolutely no time. Scott Burns, shall I say, excuse me. Wasting absolutely no time on Sullivan.
How much tag team offense Scott Burns and Gene Taylor actually know? Of course, two relative unknowns here in the E.F.W.
That's a very good point. Scott Burns and Gene Taylor, I mean, we don't know what their strengths and weaknesses are really. I mean, Scott Burns looks like a pretty sound technician from what we've seen so far. What a swinging net breaker that was.
Incredible athleticism. He backflipped out of what I think was some attempted offense from Ray Sullivan there.
Very kind of old-fashioned kind of style from Scott Burns, despite the fact he's so young. Oh, elbow to the head. Oh, running DDT by Sugarfoot Ray Sullivan. That powerhouse.
Stop you in a heartbeat, that.
My word. What a planning DDT with authority by the 6'5" man from Kingston. Oh, he's in trouble here.
And as far as any of these, I mean, they're all newcomers here in the E.F.W. But Ray Sullivan definitely with the experience out of these two in the ring.
Oh, absolutely. Ray Sullivan's going to be considered the veteran in this match by a long way.
And of course, as far as
suplex. Goes for the pin. That's a great ring presence there by the rookie Scott Burns, going right for the pin after that snapmare.
And as far as working as a cohesive team, Wade Nelson and Ray Sullivan also with the advantage coming into this match.
Well, yeah, again, Burns and Taylor obviously got a little bit of friction between them after their match last night. Never worked before as a team, as far as I'm aware.
But Burns here seems to be taking it to Ray Sullivan.
Yeah, Burns absolutely wasting no time, showing absolutely no intimidation here against Sugarfoot Ray Sullivan, which is exactly what you need to do against a two-time All-American. Scott Burns is in control here.
You've got to question how much Ray Sullivan and Wade Nelson have left. I mean, yeah, they were fairly dominant in that table.
Gathered by Sullivan. Oh.
But they weren't without their own bumps.
No, they weren't. Oh, look at that.
Huge drop kick right in his own corner.
What an absolutely beautiful drop kick. Have you ever seen a 250-pound man perform a better drop kick than Ray Sullivan? Headbutt.
No, I mean, Gene Taylor does not look like he's in any rush to make that tag.
Gene Taylor.
After seeing that.
Oh, bridge suplex. What a beautiful bridge suplex there by.
Now that he's down on the ground, Taylor happy to get in.
Yeah, Taylor now wanting to capitalise on Sullivan. Going up top, high risk manoeuvre here. Oh no, wait a minute, changes his mind. Waiting for Sullivan to get up. I thought we were going to see some form of splash, and we do finally. Cross body. He wanted it from a standing position. Possibly a bit of rookie mistake there. Yes, Sullivan counters, give that extra bit of time. Giving him time enough to recover, absorb the cross body and attack, which he did with a vicious backdrop. Tags in the fresh Nelson, well, as fresh as Wade Nelson gets anyway.
Well, that's it. I mean, Nelson probably the most injured wrestler today. It's incredible how his body just keeps going.
Suplex followed up by a left hand, and you can hear these fans booing everything that Gene Taylor does.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a fan of Gene Taylor. These Liverpool are strong.
You hear the fans cheer every moment of offense. I'm not sure if Ray Sullivan and Wade Nelson have ever been more over than they are tonight.
Well, I mean, that's a very interesting thing, isn't it? I mean, Scott Burns was getting cheered in there, but as soon as Gene Taylor comes in, the cheers have switched sides. Wade Nelson and Ray Sullivan, of course, being booed last night as everyone wanted Crazy Hammer and
misses!
Dallas Rage.
Misses with the coup de grace. Gene Taylor countered Nelson beautifully back into his corner. While we were talking there, Gene Taylor was pulling off a hellacious counter, and he has again on the much more experienced Wade Nelson. Inverted DDT.
Quite a show from these rookies here tonight. Taylor, interestingly,
that was a rookie mistake. We talk about these rookies. These two guys are obviously conversing there, planning an attack, but instead of doing that, they should have just been getting on with it. It's let Nelson made the tag to Sullivan, who's countered after Taylor tried to power out Sullivan, which is just a bad idea. Flying lariat, my God, he just took the head off Taylor.
Well, yeah, I think Taylor went to the outside to, you know, do a springboard manoeuvre.
You do not
Nelson caught that and just stepped out the way and went for a tag instead.
We do not outpower the powerhouse Sugarfoot Ray Sullivan. It's just not possible. Look at him. The man's a machine.
And again, those two put on a hell of a show as rookies coming into it last night.
I tell you what, Gene Taylor's got money written all over him, in my opinion. This kid's a natural heat magnet. These guys hate him. Oh, what a tag though. What a slide tag that was by Taylor. And listen to the cheers for Scott Burns. It's one of the most bizarre tag teams I've ever seen. What an insecurity by Burns, my word.
It's like, I almost feel there is no redemption for Gene Taylor after his 2 appearances so far. However, people do not want to hate Scott Burns.
They really don't.
If they continue as a tag team, I mean, surely they're going to have to pick one side or another.
that's gonna definitely create fraction if they are a team. Wow, I'm really not sure what that was. It was like a torture rack slam. I've never really seen that move before. Scott Burns pulling out an old school manoeuvre there, going for a 2. Wade Nelson's worried about this, has to break it up. Takes out Turner. Turner is down and out. The idiot was in the way again.
And Burns now.
What does Mike Shatopa see in this guy? It's the worst goddamn referee I have ever seen.
Burns checking on the referee.
Scott Burns
still in control.
Attacking Sullivan. Backdrop.
And Taylor surprisingly staying surprisingly close to the action. Quite a risk.
Taylor, attacking Sullivan with those leg breakers.
Yeah, pulling at those tendons, weakening up the legs, taking out the vertical base, DDT.
Fantastic DDT.
Again, I do question how much Ray Sullivan and Wade Nelson suffered in that table match, but what a show the rookies have put on here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's
essentially the veterans.
That's a tremendously good point, Erwin. Neither Sullivan or Nelson can be at 100% after the savagery against Crazy Hammer and Dallas Rage. Scott Burns and Gene Taylor, however, you know, no slouches here against the much more experienced Sullivan and Nelson. Sullivan, however, showing that power. We've seen that before. My word. Wait a minute. Sullivan from the top. What a beautiful moonsault. Absolutely beautiful moonsault by Ray Sullivan.
Stopping Gene Taylor from breaking that up.
Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again, ladies and gentlemen. Ray Sullivan is one of the purest thoroughbred athletes we have here in the E.F.W, and he proved it with that magical moonsault. 250 pounds flying through the air against the impressive Burns and Taylor. Look at that! Change direction in mid-air, Owen.
incredible. What a hard-fought loss from the new guys.
Oh, absolutely.
The second match here was absolutely phenomenal. Shows great future.
Yeah, Scott Burns and Gene Taylor, certainly no slouches tonight. This tag team, if you will, are showing, well, there's that tournament, isn't there? Obviously, the tag team tournament in the NEW right now.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe these two guys are interested in that.
Of course, we always keep saying that Goldman expressed interest in injecting some new talent into the NEW roster, and we keep questioning who it is that's going through.
And you know, I have to clarify, ladies and gentlemen, despite the fact that obviously we have kind of made you aware of my role in talent relations, I am not on any form of committee involving new talent because of my commentary position. I'm excluded from those meetings, so I know no more than Owen or anybody else for that matter. Before you start asking me, I know you were going to ask. I don't know. Alright, I just don't know.
Well, I had heard that it was down to one-on-one meetings with Adrian Goldman. However, they're at places undisclosed away from the two arenas, well, the arenas we frequent, the offices and such, so that people do not know. It is like a top secret meeting.
I think it's pretty clear that those meetings are held at Goldman Tower.
Well, very possibly. I mean, Goldman does it in such a way that no one here in the E.F.W. or NEW know, other than the people that he talks to.
And yeah, to clarify, ladies and gentlemen, I am not one of those people, not yet anyway. I look forward to the day that Mr. Goldman entrusts me with such important decisions here in the E.F.W.
Well, yeah, you would. Well, apparently here we're joined by Isaac Thompson. This is quite a surprise.
Well, yes it is. I mean, Isaac Thompson could be here for only one thing in my eyes, and that's to call out the Reaper. This man must be crazy. Let's see what he has to say.
Well,
my
Reaper
God
has answered the call.
Yeah, I mean, Isaac Thompson, I mean, I'm not quite sure if this is what Isaac Thompson, the #1 contender by right. Is this the night he calls out the Reaper?
Well, I don't know. I mean, after that brutal triple threat false count anywhere match, you'd think he'd be wanting anything but. I guess we're going to have to wait and see what he has in mind here.
Wow, Isaac Thompson basically possibly getting the better there in a war of words against the Reaper. Basically the Reaper calling out Thompson, Thompson basically being responsive yet not responsive. It was strange psychological warfare there from Isaac Thompson, saying there will be a match but of his own choosing in his own time.
Very interesting indeed. You've got to wonder when that time is going to be.
Wow, I mean, what a strange and surreal moment there between two intense competitors. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, speaking of intense, we have a steel cage match between 4 women, including 2 new debutants.
And 2 new debutants that have the E.F.W theme as their entrance music, as they also have not had the chance to meet with the production crew and get the music side of things sorted. That's how fast they are flying through the door here at E.F.W.
Absolutely, the compound is a relentless machine for new talent. I mean, Selena Figueroa and Super Tornado, the 2 debutants tonight, have a baptism of fire against Elizabeth Dondelinger, still relatively new to the EFW but undefeated so far here in EFW, and Green Girl Dynamite, the fan favourite and the veteran in this match, Erwin, by a long stretch of the way, because the other 3 are relatively green. No pun intended to our resident superhero.
Well, yeah, I mean, Green Girl Dynamite and Elizabeth Dondelinger teaming up recently, however, this time it's every woman for herself, and we know how that went for Green Girl Dynamite last time compared to Elizabeth Dondelinger.
It's a shout pool. The EFW, sometimes you have to fight with each other to survive, and sometimes it really is every man or woman for themselves, and tonight we get exactly that. I think we're going to kick it off here, I believe, with Selena Figueroa. Here she is, from Baltimore, Maryland, standing at 5'3", 120 pounds. Selena Figueroa, obviously that Spanish heritage. I've heard some impressive things about this young lady in the back, Erwin.
Well, again, we've a complete unknown, as well as the other woman in this match later on, Super Tornado.
Well, I'll know you like Selena Figueroa, Erwin. She'll be right up your street. She's a hard picker. She's not a stranger to a chair or two, from what I hear in the native Spain. So, we'll have to see what Selena Figueroa can do.
Well, that's it. Only technically over the pond, I guess. It'll be interesting what she has to bring to EFW.
And here's our second debutant tonight. This is the last luchadora Super Tornado, 5'2", 126 pounds from Durango, Mexico. Already a fantastic reputation in Mexican wrestling, wanting to make her debut tonight in the big leagues here in E.F.W.
Well, yeah, and from what I heard before joining